All right, Vikings have 8 interviews in the books. Let's see where they stand. All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus show. I'm One Bar with Lupagus. And Lupagus, we got 8 interviews in the books. 8.
8 are done. I can't even count that high. The Vikings coaching search is heating up. And I don't know, you kind of get a feeling about positive buzz and maybe not so much buzz about some of these guys. So we're going to definitely jump into that. Before we do, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We are closing in on 5,000 subscribers. And when we do, we're going to draw for what we're calling the Triangle of Swag. You get a Vikings jersey of your choice, One Bar Lupagus hoodie or shirt, One Bar Lupagus hat. How do you get that? Hashtag skull in your hole on any of these videos, and you have to subscribe.
Absolutely. And those are 3 separate drawings, by the way. You don't just get them all. Those are 3 separate. But let's do this. 8 interviews. Wide net is being cast. They're looking for the best possible. And we can't argue the fact that some of these names are fantastic. A couple I'm not overly excited about, but we're going to go one by one, each of these guys. And at the end, we're going to say who we want or maybe feel like might be the head coaching candidate. Number 1, let us know in the comments.
All right, who are you starting with?
Let's start with Packers offensive coordinator, who is currently, the season is done, Nathaniel Hackett. Previous Jaguars offensive coordinator, now with the Packers. They interviewed him. What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, you look at his past. You like we did with Blake Bortles. He made Blake Bortles into a playoff caliber quarterback, a guy who had a great season under his tutelage. Recent history, not so great. Look what happened yesterday against the San Francisco 49ers. Not able to do a whole hell of a lot with Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and Aaron Jones. I'm never going to base this on one game. But right now, Nathaniel Hackett doesn't seem to be a name that's got a lot of positive steam right at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is with the Jaguars, I think he actually called the plays. With Green Bay, he doesn't call the plays. I don't put any of the Packers games on there. I mean, so Hackett, I don't think he's really in that top tier. He's still a name that is one of probably in the upper half of my list, but he's not getting the steam of some of these other guys. Let's go to Dan Quinn, defense coordinator for the Cowboys.
Yeah, hot name, and definitely the Vikings defense needs some help as much as they can get. Dan Quinn, he is a guy who is getting some positive buzz right now. Supposedly the interview went well, and seems to be one of the front runners. Whether you like it or not, Dan Quinn, he got the Falcons, really should have got them to a Super Bowl title. I think collapsed on them. He's a hot name and a guy definitely worth keeping an eye on, I think, moving forward here.
Yeah, I mean, as much as everybody's saying, including us, like we want to go offense, we want to stay with the trends. The fact is our defense is horseshit. So we got to come and embrace the fact that defensive-minded head coach might be in the cards. And Dan Quinn, you cannot argue what he's done. We've said it before. We feel that he's probably just best suited to be a very, 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 very good defensive coordinator. Head coach kind of scares me a little bit with Quinn.
I suppose he's supposed to be like a great leader, motivator, something like that. So that's what we need.
You can't motivate the Falcons not to give up a huge lead in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that is something. That's definitely a red flag there.
All right, let's go to one that I don't think anybody's excited about. If you are, please let us know. It's Jonathan Gannon, the defense coordinator for the Eagles. Maybe I'm just being biased, but really anything to do with the Eagles, I'm just not a fan of. I'm sorry.
No, I agree with you 100%. A guy who I think he's got a head coaching interview with somebody else as well, so he's definitely a name people are looking at. I'm not really sure why. Maybe he's just a great X's and O's kind of a guy. I don't know, but he's definitely one of the biggest dark horses in this race.
Yeah, maybe it's just because I didn't know anything about the guy, and all of a sudden Jonathan Gannon. The first thing I looked up was to see if he was really the rich Gannon. That's all I knew.
I thought he was really the guy from Zelda.
Zelda, hell of a game. So Jonathan Gannon, I mean, if he gets his job, Lupagus and I will come on here and do a video with us completely nude because I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so.
Let's go to Cowboys offensive coordinator Kellen Moore.
Yeah, this was a guy who, mid-season was a name being thrown around as a really hot head coaching candidate. I know a lot of people got off his, off the train after the game against the Niners, but you saw what Nathaniel Hackett did against the defense, same situation. So you can't base it on one game. What concerned me more about Moore is looking at the Dallas fans on Twitter. They don't like this guy. They're not fans. They feel about Kellen Moore the way we felt about Clint Kubiak. To me, that's very worrisome. And I wonder, well, he fits what I initially wanted as a young offensive-minded coach. I'm kind of switching over to more of a motivator, a guy who can lead. And I don't know if Kellen Moore is that guy or not. I haven't heard anything about how the interview went. No real news coming out of that. I like that he's a young offensive mind. I just don't know if he's that leader we need right now.
Yeah, I don't think Kellen Moore stands a chance. I don't think he's going to get any head coaching jobs this year. I think he was that fun name to throw around. But when you got the top off, I mean, look at the guys he has on offense. I mean, you're one and done in the playoffs. Give me a break. Kellen Moore, I'm completely off this train. And the fact that, I mean, there's head coaching jobs available. If he was that great, he would have been hired by now. So I'm over Kellen Moore.
I don't know if he's even has he interviewed with anybody else?
Yeah, I think he did the Giants, and I think he's had a couple interviews.
Oh, yes, okay.
So Kellen Moore, maybe in a couple of years he'll be the hot name again. But yeah, I'm over Kellen Moore. He's not even my top half.
Yeah, he's fallen from a number one. His stock is down right now for me.
Stock is down. Let's go to stock up. Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles sounds like he had a fantastic interview. Bucks just had a little bit of a gross game against the Rams, so not overly fantastic. But Todd Bowles, it sounds like expected to have a second interview with the Vikings.
Again, hopefully there's a GM, hired first before the second interview happens. Todd Bowles. Yeah, you look at what happened today against the Rams, not a great final performance to go out on, but this guy was with the Jets. Bad year, good year, bad year. You can't really – from the former head coaching candidates, he's probably the one I like the best just because I think he was in the worst situation. Sounds like he's a guy who players play hard for, get behind, like he can motivate, he can lead. So Todd Bowles, of all the second-run coaches, he's probably my favorite.
Yeah, Todd Bowles is really starting to – wrap around my purple heart. So it'll be interesting to see if that second interview comes to fruition. But Todd Bowles seems like everybody loves him. Let's go to Rams. Speaking of the Bucks Rams, let's go to their offensive coordinator, Kevin O'Connell. They're young offensive coordinators, had a great game against the Bucks. And I think he's like a dark horse, but I think he actually has a chance at this.
Yeah, I like him quite a bit. I like being part of that Rams offense. That's one of the most creative offenses in the NFL, coming from the Sean McVay tree. Look at the way they use Van Jefferson today, especially on that sweep when they're having trouble running the ball. They maybe gave Cam Akers too many chances today, but the way they use Cooper Kupp, moving him around, is fantastic. It's very creative, very innovative. It's fresh, and I want to see a fresh offense here in town. Kevin O'Connell can bring that, then great. Yes, he's young, but that's okay. I mean, we'll see. I mean, he used to play quarterback. He was a third-round draft pick of the Patriots, so a lot of positives for Kevin O'Connell. I do feel like not a front runner at this point, but I still think he's definitely in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait till we start. Like you said earlier, like they got to get a GM before they have a second interview, right? I mean, what's the point? Are you going to hire a coach and then also bring a GM and say, hey, you're stuck with this guy? That is a very bad way to start a marriage. And speaking of marriage, let's talk about DeMeco Ryans going out there, beating the Packers. Yeah. Give the guy his job right now.
Yeah, he's shout to my number one guy. Again, I get Mike Tomlin vibes from him. Just this young defensive mind who I feel players love. They play hard for. He's smart. Look what he's done with the San Francisco team. That defense making him really do a complete turnaround here. They're in the NFC Championship game. I think he has a lot to do with that. I'm excited about DeMeco Ryans. They just interviewed him. I hope it went well because he's definitely I want that young mind, and I think he may be something special here.
Yeah, they just interviewed him today, which is Sunday. But DeMeco Ryans comes out, puts together a plan, beats the Cowboys, the number one offense, beats the Packers in Lambeau. I mean, holds them to 10 points. I don't care what the weather is. A lot of that has to do with what they were doing out there. Love it. DeMeco Ryans. Whoo-wee! Hotter than shit. Let's go with one final one. Raheem Morris. And again, I think he's kind of in the mold with Todd Bowles, DeMeco Ryans, where everybody just seems to love this guy.
Yeah, they talk about his leadership, his motivation. Some of his quotes were thrown out there this week, what he says to players. And I don't know. His record when he was coaching was just not good. And that's very worrisome to me.
He had a shitty team.
He was with the Bucks, wasn't he? I mean,
very shitty team.
I don't know. He worries me a little bit. I look at the defense he's right now. He's pretty loaded there. And I already talked about that. So I don't know. I don't know how much it's him. I don't know how much it's the players he has. To me, I think he's got a shot. I really do, but he doesn't excite me personally.
No, I think Raheem Morris is, like, whether I like him or want him to be the next coach or not, I think he definitely is one of the hotter ones. You're seeing that interview went fantastic as well. I wouldn't be surprised one bit if he got a second interview. Raheem Morris, I mean, it doesn't scare me off too much. When you go look at that Bucks roster, you'll be like, all right, yeah, they probably should have been shit. He got 10 wins with them 1 year, which is a damn miracle. But he's coached on the offensive side of the ball. He's coached on the defensive side of the ball. And whatever he did, it's all about the coordinators they bring in. And that goes with all these coaches. I mean, we can't have another Zimmer who's just dictating what they're doing on defense and then trying to do the offense. So we'll see. Raheem Morris, I was a little bit not overly excited about him, but maybe it's just the fact that he's actually in the running. I'm getting a little bit excited about him.
Yeah, I think he's definitely, if you're looking at 3 guys from this list, he's in the top 3 who could really get the job. But this personally doesn't excite me. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't.
Well,
do it for me.
out of this list, give me your prediction. Not so just the top 3. Who out of these 3, not with your heart, but with your head, who do you think is probably the top 3 in the actual running?
I think it's Todd Bowles, Raheem Morris, and D'Amico Ryans. That's really how I feel it is. And Ryans might be more my heart, but I do think he's a legitimate candidate here.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Dan Quinn's a sneaky one.
Yeah.
I think Hackett's more. I think agrees gone. Gannon ain't happening. Kevin O'Connell be a Hail Mary there would be a shocker, but I think we're right. But I think Dan Quinn's a close 4th, and it's funny because all these guys are defensive guys, and when we started doing this, we're like, they got to go offense.
Yeah,
got to go offense.
But you can get a strong coordinator if you get one of these guys.
Absolutely. So number 1, give me your prediction right now. If they were to hire a coach Tuesday, who do you think it's going to go?
I think it's going to be Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles. Shit. I think I'm actually going to go. My prediction for the next Vikings head coach is D'Amico Ryans.
Oh, God, I hope so. I
think it's D'Amico Ryans. And if they're going to go with Todd Bowles is like, what, 56, 55?
He looks so much younger.
I think they're really hard up to, like you said, the next Mike Tomlin. Let this guy go away. He was young. Guy was hungry. He was proven. And D'Amico Ryans, I think, is absolutely Mike Tomlin.
I know, and I get excited when I talk about him, when I think about him. But I just wonder if it's too much heart, too much balls in this right now.
Excited where?
In my parts, when I think about D'Amico Ryans being the coach of the Vikings, because I get that same vibe. I'm just trying to think with my head, and my head's telling me Bowles. My balls are telling me Ryans.
Here's a perfect scenario. The Vikings, they had their GM down to 2 guys. Hire the GM on Monday, Tuesday, do the second round of interviews, get a head coach by Thursday or Friday with D'Amico Ryans. Bring it on.
Wow. Man,
Ryan Poles, D'Amico Ryans.
Yeah, but Poles interviews Wednesday, so nothing's going to happen until Wednesday, I don't think. So.
No!
I know. That's it. So those are the 8 coaching candidates. Let us know who you think it's going to be. Who do you want? Who's definitely out of the mix? Want to see it in the comments because a lot of this is just gut feeling we're going off of. We don't really have any legitimate news or inside sources. This is just gut, head, ball stock in here. And we want to hear what you think as well.
Yes, let us know in the comments. Also, hashtag skull in your hole, and you have to be subscribed. Let's get to 5,000. We're only like 160 away, so let's do this.
I can smell it. It smells so damn good, and so does this little nugget of truth. Peppers are fruits.